It's week 3 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Saints and the Panthers on Monday Night Prime Time.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They'll start on the ground here on first down, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And you look at this Saints defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Ready. Check, pick. Smith, right.
First carry for the Oregon State man, Jamar Jefferson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They go play action. Young. Thomas has got it. Complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. 3rd down, Young from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. Panthers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store. They start the drive with Evans. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Jackson going to keep it running right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards and the first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Saints at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Jake Moody now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Young to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now you look at this Saints defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week,
and he cannot get away, and Young will go down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. 3rd down and 13. Now they'll run on the draw. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They go play action with Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Straight ahead, here's Luongo. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 7. Jackson to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. Jackson now. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Shaq Thompson. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fighting through. And a juke this time. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
It's Young on first down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
They'll head out of bounds inside the... Push him up 1st and goal. Play action. Now Jackson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right.
And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Mecole Hardman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints add 6 to their lead. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. We'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
There's Mecole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again.
He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
A gain there of 21 yards. Again, Jackson.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And quickly, they get to the line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Young trying to hurry them up to the line here.
Young looking to throw on 2nd down, and he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Straight ahead with Jefferson.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Jackson on 1st down.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where you see the final score there. Laviska Shenault, a touchdown run in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brock Purdy, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Trevor Lawrence, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, Evans looking for space.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. To throw is Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Moody for the PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Young will set to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
22 needle.
On second down, a run with Jefferson. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Throwing, Young.
He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Blue check, opposite, green, yellow, lining.
1st and 10, Young.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and short yardage, Young. And he wisely will throw that one away. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. Up the middle, Nwangu. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Straight ahead, Walker. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Here's the occasional ball carrier. It's Taysom Hill. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now a 2nd and 6. A give for Walker running right. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers 16. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Touchdown, Saints! A great play there. Now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. Back now here live in New Orleans. Or the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Young looks to throw on first down. And this one too low.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Jefferson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Calling a gain of 5, 4th down now.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw here is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. Ritter. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay in.
And now the rookie's free. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 55 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw, Young. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Young on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. And Young's going to throw for this. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Ritter to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That is bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this. The game, 2 scores is tough. I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not the total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Running here is Taysom Hill, and he'll get this down only to the 18. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, here's Jackson. Completes it to her. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense. Get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first. Here's Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
That throw by Young incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Young. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get it behind the line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Panthers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
It's Young on first down.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Ritter will throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
One last shot for Young. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Saints, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.